The battle for Catalan independence is far more complicated than many realize. While it might seem like a straightforward struggle between a region seeking sovereignty and a central government trying to maintain territorial unity, the reality is a tangled web of historical grievances, political maneuvering, economic considerations, and deep-seated divisions within Catalonia itself. The movement for Catalan independence has been ongoing for centuries, but the modern push for secession has gained momentum over the past decade, particularly with the 2017 referendum. However, what makes the situation especially messy is the myriad of factors that have converged to shape the conflict. To understand why the Catalan independence movement is so fraught, we must first look at its historical context. Catalonia, located in the northeastern part of Spain, has a distinct cultural, linguistic, and historical identity that differentiates it from the rest of Spain. Throughout its history, Catalonia has had varying degrees of autonomy, and it has often clashed with the central government in Madrid over its rights and status. This tension can be traced back to the War of the Spanish Succession in the early 18th century, which led to the suppression of Catalan institutions and autonomy. The memory of this loss of independence has fueled Catalan nationalism ever since. In modern times, Catalonia has enjoyed periods of relative autonomy, most notably during the Spanish Second Republic in the 1930s, and following the end of Francisco Franco's dictatorship in 1975. Franco's regime brutally repressed Catalan culture, language, and political institutions. But after his death, Spain transitioned to democracy, and Catalonia was granted considerable autonomy under Spain's 1978 constitution. However, many Catalans feel that this autonomy does not go far enough, and they believe that their region deserves full independence from Spain. The economic argument is a significant factor driving the independence movement. Catalonia is one of Spain's wealthiest regions, accounting for about 19% of the country's GDP. Many Catalans feel that they contribute more to the Spanish economy than they receive in return, which has fostered resentment toward the central government. This fiscal deficit argument has become a rallying cry for the independence movement, with many Catalans believing that their region would be better off economically as an independent state. However, critics argue that independence could hurt Catalonia's economy, particularly if it were to be excluded from the European Union, a scenario that would likely result from a unilateral declaration of independence. While economic and historical grievances have fueled the push for independence, internal divisions within Catalonia complicate the movement. Although there is a significant portion of the population that supports independence, many Catalans do not. Polls consistently show that the region is deeply divided on the issue, with roughly half of the population in favor of independence and the other half opposed. Those who oppose independence often cite concerns about the economic and political consequences of secession, as well as a desire to maintain their Spanish identity. These divisions have made it difficult for the independence movement to present a united front, and they have contributed to the complexity of the situation. The 2017 independence referendum is a key turning point in the modern struggle for Catalan independence, and it highlights the messiness of the situation. The Catalan government, led by then-President Carles Puigdemont, held a referendum on independence on October 1, 2017, despite the Spanish Constitutional Court declaring it illegal. The vote, which was marred by a heavy-handed response from Spanish police, resulted in a 90% vote in favor of independence, but with only a 43% turnout, raising questions about the legitimacy of the result. Following the referendum, the Catalan parliament declared independence, but the Spanish government swiftly intervened, invoking Article 155 of the Spanish Constitution to dissolve the Catalan government and impose direct rule. The aftermath of the 2017 referendum has left Catalonia in a state of political limbo. Puigdemont fled to Belgium to avoid arrest, while other Catalan leaders were imprisoned for their role in the independence push. The Spanish government's response to the referendum, particularly its use of force and its decision to jail Catalan leaders, has been heavily criticized by pro-independence Catalans and human rights organizations, further deepening the divide between Catalonia and Madrid. Meanwhile, the independence movement remains at an impasse with no clear path forward. The European Union's role in the Catalan independence movement adds another layer of complexity to the situation. While some pro-independence Catalans hoped that the EU would support their cause, the reality has been quite the opposite. The EU has consistently backed the Spanish government, arguing that the independence issue is an internal matter for Spain to resolve. This lack of external support has been a significant blow to the independence movement, which had hoped that international recognition would bolster its cause. Moreover, the possibility of Catalonia being excluded from the EU in the event of independence is a major concern for many Catalans, given the economic and political importance of EU membership. The political landscape in Spain is also a critical factor in the ongoing struggle for Catalan independence. Spain's political parties are deeply divided on how to handle the Catalan issue, with the Conservative Popular Party, PP, and far-right Vox taking a hardline stance against any concessions to the independence movement, while the Socialist Workers' Party, PSOE, and left-wing Podemos have advocated for dialogue and negotiation. However, finding a political solution to the crisis has proven elusive, as both sides remain entrenched in their positions. The Spanish government has offered limited concessions, such as pardoning imprisoned Catalan leaders in 2021, but these gestures have done little to resolve the underlying conflict. Ultimately, the battle for Catalan independence is far messier than it appears on the surface. It is not just a simple struggle between a region seeking independence and a central government trying to maintain unity. It is a conflict deeply rooted in history, shaped by economic concerns, complicated by internal divisions, and influenced by international dynamics. The path forward remains uncertain, and it is unclear whether Catalonia will ever achieve full independence or if a political solution can be found to address the region's grievances. What is certain, however, is that the issue of Catalan independence will continue to be a source of tension in Spain for the foreseeable future.